Good morning, everyone. So we're going to try this again. I have actually tried to do this particular reading 4 times. I think this is the 4th time. And every single time it seems to it doesn't want to be read for some reason. I don't know what's going on that it's such a big deal. I don't like it though. Whatever it is, I don't like it. But I'm hoping that we've got something this time around that will keep us in the moment. So whatever's going on, seems to be an intense Thursday because, like I said, I've had to pull these cards like 4 different times and something has happened with every single video. So, but today's spread, we have the first thing we want to look at is something to commit to. And this is interesting. This is a 6 of Cups, which is youthfulness, playfulness, going back to memories of when you were young, that kind of thing. And I think how do I verbalize this? I think you're committing to being who you truly are. I think there is a connection between the ideas that you had when you were young and and how your youth or your experiences, I should say, as a child have affected who you are now. I think we forget sometimes that the things that we enjoyed as children, very often, not always, mind you, but often, they're kind of a truer sense of who we are. Because we didn't care what other people thought. We didn't care about, the social demands, and we didn't care about we didn't care so much what the world laid on us, because the world laid on different requirements. The requirements for a child are very different for the requirements as an adult, socially speaking. So I think this is about going back to a time and committing to being who you truly are. Going back, wow, I said that weird. Going back to a time when you were young and you knew who you were. And this is kind of a reflection of that. So, but we'll move on to the next card. Something to improve your well-being. Golly, you are tied up in knots, aren't you, right now? Stop trying to hide from the truth. It's really hard sometimes to be who you truly are, especially if you're a little bit different. And some people seem to be okay with being different, and some people really aren't. We all say it's okay to be different, but the reality is, if you don't agree with certain things socially, you're still seen as an outcast, and there are consequences to that. But you lose a lot if you don't follow who you truly are. It messes with your mind, it messes with your heart. It's not good for you, period. It'll be a bumpy road, but I think in order to improve your well-being, you need to stop Take the blinders off. Look at who you truly are. Look at the mess that you have created. Whether it's externally or internally, doesn't matter. Everybody has a mess in their lives. Everybody. Like, you're not the only one. Don't think that you're in this alone. But look at it honestly. And go, okay, what can I do here to make this better? Not to fix it necessarily, not to make it perfect, not to try and tackle everything, but to take one tiny aspect and go, okay, I may not be able to fix everything, but I can make something in my life better. So take that something and do it. Make your life better in just that one area. And that's how you start making changes in your life as a whole. The next card is something to cherish and heal. Or to heal and cherish. Sorry, dyslexia kicking in there. But they're both kind of one and the same. This is a relationship that is either a spouse or a family member, someone very close to you, or was very close to you. There is something you're working on. I don't think it's anything, I'm not getting the feeling that it's like necessarily really obvious or really, like there's arguments and then there's arguments. Some arguments get really violent and in your face and like crazy, and then others are just like you keep quiet about it. You might disagree with it, but you keep quiet about it. And I think that definitely ties back to this whole, the previous two cards. You're not being true to who you are, so it ends up I don't know how to word this. There is a deception almost in the relationship. There's just, you're allowed to be who you are. You're allowed to be you're allowed to have feelings and emotions and thoughts and ideas and all these things. In a relationship, you're allowed to express these things. And if you're not, for fear of some, I don't know, silent treatment or argumentation or whatever it is that you've been avoiding, do you really want to live the rest of your life that way? And, don't just... These are things that are not easy, especially if we're talking relationship-wise. These are things that are not easy. They are very difficult to do. And I don't expect anybody to go and, go running off and doing all these things right off the bat. But at least I'm hoping that somebody kind of looks at this and goes, okay, there are some things in my life that I kind of maybe need to adjust. I need to listen to myself more and be okay with someone else not agreeing with it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Move on. So card number 4 is advice for a lucky day. This last card is, in my mind, all about letting go and being okay with, it's that happy-go-lucky, once again, back to that first card, that childish, you didn't care what other people think. That's the point we're back to again. There is a sense of you need to go back to being who you truly are and just being okay with it and not caring what other people think. I mean, always, I say that, always be considerate of others, for sure. But there are some people out there who don't care at all what other people think in a negative sense, which is, I don't want you to go that far. But at the same time, there are some of you that care way too much what other people think, and you live your entire life. It sounds so cliche. You live your entire life like in a lie because you can't let go of how others may see you. It's not a fun way to live. I think some people kind of become numb to it after a while, but it's definitely not an ideal way to live. So overall, it is okay to be who you are, express who you are. Don't do anything that's hurtful to yourself or to anybody else. Like I said, don't go to the extremes. You don't want to care about every little thing that other people think of you, but you don't want to not care at all what other people think of you either. There is a balance within that. It's the Buddhist teaching, find the middle way. Find the space in between those extremes. So I hope this was helpful to you, and I really hope that you get some benefit out of this. And whoever this is for, my heart goes out to you, because I know this is not a tough road to go down. It's a good road, but it's not easy. So we'll end it here, and as always, may your days be full of joy, may your nights be full of peace, and I hope to see you again.